Hi everyone, welcome to Design Outsourcing Tutorials. Here's an overview of the ancient temple construction procedure in India. The mandapa of the temple may be flat-roofed in the south and have pyramidical superstructure in the north. The mandapa ceiling is built with basic beam and slab construction method. Pre-construction rituals. These temple pre-construction rituals are considered essential for ensuring the success and prosperity of the temple construction project. Selection of site. A site was selected based on its spiritual significance, accessibility, and availability of materials. Selection of site. Astrological considerations. The position of the stars and planets was considered to determine the auspicious time for selecting a site. Site survey. A team of experts, including architects, engineers, and priests, would survey the site to determine its suitability. Soil testing. The soil was tested to determine its quality and stability. Water availability. The availability of water was checked to ensure that the site was suitable for construction. Pre-construction rituals. Bhumi Puja. A ritual was performed to worship the earth and seek its permission for construction. Vastu Puja. A ritual was performed to worship the site and seek the blessings of the gods. Shankasthapana. A ritual was performed to establish the cornerstone of the building. Griha Pravesha. A ritual was performed to enter the site and begin construction. Vastu Shastra considerations. Orientation. The site was oriented according to the principles of Vastu Shastra, with the entrance facing the east or north. Layout. The layout of the building was designed according to the principles of Vastu Shastra, with the different rooms and spaces allocated according to their specific purposes. Proportions. The proportions of the building were designed according to the principles of Vastu Shastra, with the different parts of the building proportionate to each other. Performing rituals. Bhumi Puja. Worship of the earth. Preparation. The site is cleaned and prepared for the ritual. A pit is dug for the ritual fire. Invocation. The priest invokes the gods and goddesses, including the goddess of the earth, Bhudevi. Offerings. The priest offers prayers, flowers, fruits, and other offerings to the gods and goddesses. Ritual fire. The priest lights the ritual fire and performs a havan, fire ritual, to purify the site. Mantras. The priest chants specific mantras to invoke the blessings of the gods and goddesses. Conclusion. The priest concludes the ritual by offering a final prayer and thanking the gods and goddesses. Vastu Puja, worship of the site. Preparation. The site is cleaned and prepared for the ritual. A diagram of the site is drawn on the ground. Invocation. The priest invokes the gods and goddesses, including the god of architecture, Vishvakarma. Offerings. The priest offers prayers, flowers, fruits, and other offerings to the gods and goddesses. Ritual. The priest performs a ritual to purify the site and to seek the blessings of the gods and goddesses. Mantras. The priest chants specific mantras to invoke the blessings of the gods and goddesses. Conclusion. The priest concludes the ritual by offering a final prayer and thanking the gods and goddesses. These rituals are performed to seek the blessings of the gods and goddesses, to purify the site, and to ensure the success and prosperity of the construction project. Astrological considerations. The position of the stars and planets was considered to determine the auspicious time for construction. Selection of auspicious time. Muhurta. The selection of an auspicious time, Muhurta, for the groundbreaking ceremony, foundation laying, and other important events in the construction process. Planetary positions. The positions of the planets, especially Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn, are considered to determine the auspiciousness of the time. Orientation of the temple. Cardinal directions. The temple is oriented according to the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, with the entrance typically facing east or north. Vastu Shastra. The orientation of the temple is also determined by the principles of Vastu Shastra, which considers the flow of energy, prana, in the building. Planning and design. Design and planning. The design and plan of the temple were created based on ancient texts such as the Shilpa Shastras and Vastu Shastras. Selection of materials. Materials such as stone, brick, and wood were selected based on their availability, durability, and aesthetic appeal. When selecting materials for temple construction, The primary focus is on durability and longevity, often prioritizing natural stone like granite or sandstone due to its strength and resistance to weathering, while also considering cultural significance, local availability, and the specific design elements of the temple, all while adhering to traditional practices and religious guidelines. Stone, most commonly used with options like granite, sandstone, basalt depending on the region and desired aesthetic. Wood, used for intricate carvings and decorative elements, but requires careful treatment due to susceptibility to weather. Brick can be used for certain parts of the temple structure, particularly in conjunction with stone. Metal, used for accents like roof finials or decorative elements, often bronze or copper. Measurement and calculation. Measurements and calculations were made to ensure that the temple was built according to the principles of Vastu Shastra. In traditional temple construction, particularly in Hindu architecture, measurements and calculations are based on a system of proportions and grids, often using units like tala, angula, and yava, where the relative sizes of different parts of the temple, from the main shrine to the decorative elements, are meticulously defined and follow specific mathematical ratios, ensuring harmony and symbolic meaning within the structure. This practice is often referred to as Vastu Shastra. Construction. Temple construction involves a number of steps, including planning, carving, and assembling. The materials used, as well as the methods used to construct the temple, are influenced by religious beliefs and local conditions. Foundation. The foundation of the temple was laid, often using a combination of stone and brick. Wall construction. The walls of the temple were constructed using stone, brick, or a combination of both. Roofing. The roof of the temple was constructed using wood, stone, or a combination of both. Carving and ornamentation. The temple was adorned with intricate carvings, sculptures, and other ornaments. Installation of deity. Selection of deity. A deity was selected to be installed in the temple, often based on the patron's preference. Creation of idol. The idol of the deity was created by skilled artisans. In temple construction, the creation of an idol, often called a murti in Hinduism, is a highly specialized process guided by ancient scriptures like the Agamas and Shilpa Shastra, where skilled artisans meticulously carve or cast the deity's image in stone, wood, metal, or clay, adhering to specific proportions, postures, and symbolic details based on the deity being depicted, with the goal of creating a sacred representation for worship within the temple. Installation of idol. The idol was installed in the temple, often with elaborate rituals and ceremonies. Final rituals. Consecration. The temple was consecrated with rituals and ceremonies to invoke the divine presence. Inauguration. The temple was inaugurated, often with a grand ceremony.